Your team is picking.
Oh, Esmeralda.
Oh, so it's Kelra.
Yeah.
Gonna be playing this Esmeralda and Etomax in mid, playing the Lunox.
Okay. I like this lineup here by Execration. It might have...
This is Cortese or Heath. It's one or the other. It's the last pick. Wow.
Hilda, surprise us. Put the Harith onto Cortese as a support. But then at the same time, Toshi has had a stellar record on the Harith. You want to go for what works already. So, yeah, it's going to be a mage as their last pick. So, Kagura or Lo Yi. Potentially a Valir. Okay, so no, it's Chang'e.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Safe.
So Chang'e picked up last here for...
Build this with a lot of sustain items since you already have 2 frontline sustains in the Glue and the Kufra. So late game you have 2 sources of magic damage. So, you know what? I'm going to take back a little bit what I said. Other damage should be good.
Yes.
It's not going to be great, but it's good enough. With the Lunox and the Esmeralda in your hand, of course, when the Lancelot eventually falls off a little bit. But for the side of Omega...
They're lacking burst.
They're lacking burst. Yeah, which is what Execration has.
Yes. Omega has such a fair go at this. It's so clear where they're going to be coming from, what they're going to be doing. And... yeah, if anybody wants to break this stalemate, it's got to come through shock and awe. Welcome to game number 3. Shoutouts to our main observer for this series right here, Patrick Dapp, such a hardworking young man. Onto the Land of Dawn, 45 seconds in, nothing quite yet, not much bold movements. Etomax keeping the king in check, making sure he gets his purple buff. Renzio here, flexing that key to victory. I wonder if it's enough to give them 1 more point in this best of 5. They did contest the glue. They picked it up really, really quick.
And I won't be surprised if it'll actually be Renzio peeling for the back line here if it's Omega who gets the first go at initiating a team fight, because then he'll be able to use the pull and then use the grab to take away either Heath or Kenji closer to where the rest of Omega are, so Execration can get set up for bursting them down with the area of effect damage. Level 4, Kelvin is about to hit it, but it's going to be Kenji who gets spotted out.
Oh, Kenji uses the flicker, and I do believe he is going to live through this. And just like that, we're already seeing some signs of aggression from Execration. Hajizi, Electro final blow onto Etomax. Will he survive? Oh, the answer is yes, because here's KLVJ the King with the come around. First blood drawn.
Counterplay, Hajizi a little bit too greedy, a little bit too aggressive there, but that was a good attempt in the life of Etomax. He committed the retribution to get the slow effect on. That's what you saw. But then Etomax says, no, I still have the flicker with me. I'm going to get away.
And indeed he did. What a bait play. Reptar, as Execration goes for this turtle uncontested, I have a question for you. Do you think after that game 2, do you think after showing us something that is a little more closer to Omega aggressive, you think Omega's now having an identity crisis? I feel like they are. Like, at some point, you gotta be like, so, should we keep doing this, or do we circle back?
Yeah, it's like a midlife crisis, wherein you get your 40-year-old uncle, suddenly you realize, like, why does he have a sports car? He has bad legs. I mean, of course, that's okay if you get a sports car and you're 40 years old. That's fine. I'm not hating.
This sounds like it's too real to be an example. But back to the action here. Toshi drops the Zaman Force, but Kelra and KLVJ are on him. The KK connection failed to slay Toshi, and instead, they're the ones who get the payback. And now how about round 2? Hajizi dropping the Electro final blow.
My turn.
The execution, and the Thorn Rose fail to save him. Hajizi gets his vengeance.
Okay, so I don't want Omega to think that I'm hating on them, but again, I still stand by what I said, that Omega, I like seeing them Omega aggressive. So that I like that we're seeing this. Because usually Omega of old, let's say, for example, they didn't get the first turtle, or they don't get the first turtle of this game. You'll see them play, okay, defensively, let's wait for Toshi.
If they don't get the turtle, they would turtle.
Yeah, they would end up turtling. I like that. Like, lose the turtle, we turtle. And now, Omega, with the aggression that they're showing on early on, it seems like that's not going to be the case. Hopefully though, because again, they have the Benedetta, they have the Cho going around, they have good chances for getting the pick off here. You don't always need to wait for your main late game insurance and just like turtle so that they can farm. I like how Omega are rotating here. Execration are biting back. They are answering back. So it's exciting. It's like 2 bulls meeting head on, and they're both not stopping.
Yep. again, exciting to see how the second turtle of the game is going to come through, because Omega, first turtle, it seemed like they were lost. It seemed like they were wondering, should we be aggressive? The answer is still yes. Like, they're still on it. And again, it's those little micro adjustments that make you say, oh, Omega's evolving. Omega's changing. Right now, they're not a fight. Mr. Fundamental finds one. Itomax falls. Way of the Dragon. Well placed. Do note, I think KLVJ did not have an ult there. He did use the Phantom Execute to try and chase down Kenji down bottom lane. And right now, Omega going for this turtle. Is it going to be a 50-50? Yes, it is. Hajizi, the machine, takes it. Curtizi raining down the pain. And from the back lines, KLVJ with the Thorn Rose, scaring Curtizi, but just a little.
Just a little. And I like how KLVJ didn't commit to that, because there was high risk of him just absolutely getting punished. Heath was getting close to getting his ultimate back, and he was there. But now, meanwhile, Heath, another kick though, but Renji was able to flicker away.
Way of the Dragon, Electro final blow from the back. Oh, the split, wow, not enough to save Renzio. But up top, let's see what's going on. Toshi gonna try to defend against three. Oh, misses the lethal revenge. And right now, this is what the bouncing ball is all about. It stopped dashes before, but now
look at Toshi.
All right, you can only stop flicker. Oh, it's enough. Curtizi could not save his ally.
Yeah, good try there by Toshi holding on, but eventually 3 versus 1 is going to be difficult. But here comes Heath with the wraparound. Let's see if we can get someone.
Another Way of the Dragon with lethal intent. Kelra might also fall here. Let's see, Curtizi raining down the little stars. Oh, KLVJ says, stop that. The king says, stop that. This is my mandate. And Mr. Fundamental has to go away.
Mr. Fundamental playing with that show, making it look fun and mental at the same time. Back-to-back great pickoffs with the Way of the Dragon. Kenji now, you see him rotating aggressively all the way to the mid lane to really just show off there. Now Toshi and Chaknu. Ooh, Kelra with the save.
Here comes Kelra jumping in strong. Starting off with the Falling Star Moon plus a flicker onto Toshi's face. But Kelra might have put enough more than he could chew. Way of the Dragon plus Electro final blow. Curtizi able to lay down enough damage for Hajizi to finish him off. And right now, Etomax, he does not have an ult. And Heath here gonna punch him. Hajizi gonna get a double. Chaknu could be next. Nice stretching to save himself. Bouncing ball here. Is there enough in the tank? Bouncing ball, and bouncing ball gets deflated. Omega gets the kill, gets a turret as well, but they might have to give the turtle over.
It's a group of philosophers once said, pump it louder, and Omega are playing really loud right now. Execration, 2K behind in gold. Omega secured a turtle for themselves, and another one, yet again, Mr. Fun and Mental. I'm gonna adjust a bit for this game. Another great opening there with the Way of the Dragon. 7 assists on this game already.
Oh, wow. If Mr. Fun and Mental is going ham up top, Kenji down here in the bottom lane, he's about to hit a career milestone. 2 million damage taken in the professional league.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. That's one more than 1,999,000. Yeah.
Oh, wait, another Way of the Dragon starting up strong, but Chaknu, the Mamba, able to punish, turns into quite a turnaround, a double kill for the king. Curtizi and Hajizi fall.
Ooh, now that is a saucy turnaround there. Heath going down, finally experiencing his first death of the game. Toshi and Kenji stands.
No more Mr. Fun and Mental times, says Chaknu.
Yeah, it's like stop. Bring the D there back, and it's going to be fundamental again. And now, Execration showing to Omega that, yeah, we can pull off turnaround plays like that. Of course, because of the dashes that the Cho and the Benedetta have, as well as the Harith. If they get caught off guard here by Execration, the bouncing ball will block those dashes away. So that's one of the things that Omega has to be careful with. Not saying that Omega again should look for the picture-perfect Omega moment, but just be incredibly wary of Chaknu's positioning with that Kufra.
Yep, and right here, right now, Execration regaining a good part of the map. They feel like they've come back around, and they indeed have. They are in the lead about maybe 500 gold, 1,000 gold in this 9-minute long game. But yeah, Reptar, the past 2 or 3 team fights that Omega won, it was off the back of Mr. Fundamental's Way of the Dragon. I think Execration has had it. They figured it out. These are the angles that he's gonna come through. KLVJ, watch out.
Yeah, and they've also hit the power spikes there, especially on their Lunox, Max 0, 3, and 4, but he has the items to be of a big threat to Omega right now. But Renjo, look at just how much heal he's doing.
Plus the Zaman Force laid out, but the split does keep him alive. Kiel using the Phantom Execution to dive in and out, and he's left here without anything left to do. Hajizi and Heat placing them right where they need them. Kelra slain in the back lines. Toshi survives. He wins this round. But where will this turtle go? Last turtle of the game. I'm surprised that no one has reset it.
Yeah, miscalculated entry there by KLVJ. Him showing up right in front of the backline of Omega. Forced Execration to respawn to take that fight again. And at the same time, Execration got split. Omega was able to handle that well. Toshi, though, almost fell in the backline because Keller was just wreaking havoc with the Esmeralda. But 3 versus 1, yeah, that Esmeralda is going to fall. So that's little things like that. Execration, KLVJ have to be careful with because both lineups actually have good potential for counterplay. Punishing a reverse team fight approach. That's what they can go for here. So yeah, watch out.
Oh, nice catch by Chaknu. The Mamba finds Mr. Fundamental, but they fail to capitalize. But that's all right. I do think it's enough space made, but look up top. KLVJ bullied here by Kenji and Hajizi. Kelra slays the machine. He has shut him down. Falling Star Moon onto Kenji. He's trying to run away. Kenji. No, I think not. But here comes Etumax with the Etumax DD plays.
The flicker forward along with the ultimate rain and havoc down on that Uranus. And Keldra, one-on-one against that Uranus, even if Edomax didn't show up, if Kenji didn't have the flicker away, that was a fight he'll be happy with. Just eating up the shields of that Uranus, and Keldra getting close to 2 million damage in his career.
Crazy, and he's a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. Renzio, a little too deep, taken out. Mr. Fundamental could not defend off camera. There's, oh no, that was caught right there. Very, very fast. Etomax without his ultimate, slain by Toshi. So yeah, this is an interesting game given that it's back and forth.
Yeah, and I did mention earlier that there's a chance for the game to go for 25 to 30 minutes. But again, with the Esmeralda versus Uranus matchup, and this Esmeralda built more as a damage Esmeralda, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's going to be leaning a little bit more towards Execration being able to pull off a successful push against a defensive Omega. They still have the Chang'e and the Hive to watch out for here. So far, Omega are going to be happy that they have a relatively good farm. Could be better. It's not the worst. Interesting thing to note, though, is that KRTG is 1 level ahead of Etomax's Lunox because of the early game that Omega had. But Execration are catching up in that regard. They're actually the ones in the lead with the gold, but it's still a very small gold lead. So this can go to anyone right now.
Chaknu spacing out Mr. Fundamental one more time. A majority of the fights have been happening right here in the Turtle Pit. Pickoffs, sure, happening in the lanes, but that just shows how Omega is, again, willing to change their style. They're willing to evolve into a more aggressive team. And who much better to do it than against a team like Execration? Now Heath face checks right into the Mamba, gets hit by the Tyrant's Rage, flickers on out. Kurtese more than happy to pick this fight. Meteor shower on through, but Kelra, he smells Heath. He's at about a quarter of his health. Chaknu, he's still on. Chaknu still wants more.
He's still going there, and Omega showing to Execration again their counterplay capability. You see the moment the members of Omega came closer there, they were like, nope, Execration, you better get on out of here. They don't want that meteor shower. And Execration, though, despite all of that, they're the ones who are going to be able to secure the Lord.
What a window.
Yeah, huge window. Luminous Lord, and they can get second-tier towers. At the least, they should be able to break all the second-tier towers of Execration. But at most, they can be able to take at least one inhibitor down. Possibly one inhibitor down. And total kills in Season 7 may exceed 500 for Execration. Woo! They're just 10 kills away from reaching that milestone.
Big 500. Let's see. And a majority of them is coming off of great Chaknu engages. I believe this young man was born to play Kufra.
Yeah.
And here we go. Reptar, they've taken 2 Tier 2 turrets. I'm wondering if they can capitalize, make this maybe turn into an inhibitor. Nope, they'll just go for the clean Tier 2s.
Yeah, so they're going for the least best option there, but Yeah, get the tier 2 towers.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. There we go. And even all of that sea meteor shower being eaten up by glue entirely.
So good. This hero is so useful.
Especially with the rise of Chang'e. It's perfect.
The rise of Chang'e and the resurgence of Claude.
Yeah. Even.
Perfect read here. Now, Execration continuing their assault. Given this 4,000 gold lead, they might want to find more resources to choke away from Omega. Chaknu surviving another lethal Way of the Dragon from Mr. Fundamental. Renzio riding on. He pulls him back. Kelra finishes the job. Mr. Fundamental deleted off the map. That's one man out from Omega. And ever growing the lead. Execration now about 5,000 ahead. Chaknu is a monster in this game, Reptar. He just picked up his immortality.
Yeah, and right now I'm starting to feel like somewhat questioning the last pick Chang'e. I mean, I get it, but then you're up against the Glue, and we're seeing just how much damage Glue can tank for that from the meteor shower. Pretty much just absolutely taking it feels like Curtizi is out of the game. He is 2-1-6 though, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of that came from the early game and some of the counter plays they were able to pull off. But then now defending is gonna be such a difficult thing for Omega to do, because your main tool again, gear up the minion waves to deal the main AoE damage, will just be constantly blocked by the Glue, by the Kufra. And now the fact that Execration already has an immortality on Chaknu, has an immortality on KelVJ as well. Divine Glaive now was picked up by Kelra. Oh man, I feel kind of bad here for Kenji, because he won't be able to sustain so much a lot of damage. This is going to be a Uranus. It won't feel like the unkillable walking wall Uranus that we see sometimes.
And that's an interesting dichotomy, isn't it? It's black and white. It's polar opposites. This is a damage-based Esmeralda, not the sustain-based Esmeralda. And this is more of a, I don't know, like again, there's an identity crisis happening right now on so many different fronts for Omega, and Kenji's just not doing the Kenji thing he's used to. Right now, Chaknu and Kelra, they're going to bite down onto him, and at least they force out a consecration. He's going to have to go find something else to do elsewhere.
Yeah, again, it's the burst damage that Execration has in spades, and what you mentioned that Omega is lacking, and we're starting to really feel that. We've been feeling that actually for the past 5 or so minutes now of this game. KelVJ has fallen off a bit as the nature of the hero, not I mean for the player, but Max and Keller, you're going to be seeing them, their assists and then their kills coming up a lot as well, going into the latter half portion of our game, while KelVJ will probably get more assists, or he can land the kills if he'll be the sweeper for Execration.
The cleanup crew.
The cleanup crew.
If you will, again, those dashes.
I think that's...
Never mind that sound.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks.
Good thing you didn't say... Meow.
Thanks for the support. Yeah, that would have been weird.
That would have been worse.
There's infinitely more worse sounds, but back to the matchup. Again, Kenji, this is one of the best things he can do right now. Draw the ire of Execration, stop them from getting bigger objectives, stop them from doing worse on the map, and I do believe that is what OMG needs to do. Omega needs to extend this game all the longer until they can find a better position. Because right now, luckily, they haven't been penetrated yet. Not a single inhibitor is taken down. But imagine if they have Reptar. This Lord would have been so much easier for Execration.
Yeah, the looming threat of Omega to potentially steal this is there. Let's see if they can.
Oh, don't count the machine out, ever. Renzio goes in for the split. Wants to put it on the Kenji. He's picked his man. And right now, you see the damage from Kelra.
Goodbye, little baby mini glues.
He does get the grab, but he lets go.
Sometimes you just gotta let go.
They find Heath. Bouncing ball in, and we're back to plan A. Originally, we were here to take the Lord anyways. Kill goes to whack away at the Lord.
Yeah, opening here for Execration is because comes from the fact that the minion waves on the side of Omega are crashing in, or are crashing into their side again. Okay, round two, let's go.
Let's do it. Some ults have gone back up from cooldown. Kenji bothering Max and KelVJ. Chaknu stretching up. The Mamba. Renzio with another split. Lord has been reset.
Oh, and with that, Omega actually found a small opening. Again, looked like, okay, look at us. We're going to try to contest the Lord.
Or are we?
Or are we? We're just in it for the tower. You've been scammed in Execration. Oh no, Heath though. Feeling the Heath.
He's in trouble. Oh, there goes Curtizi, he says, Mr. Fundamental. I'm here for you. And what a nice defense. Again, Reptar, it's not just Execration with the turnaround. It's actually even Omega and the Machine has been working hard. Look at this due diligence from the young man Hajizi, putting up a great wave down bottom.
And now because of the space that Omega got with more damage they were able to deal onto the second tower down bottom lane, they were able to break the first tower in middle. That opens up Omega with a little bit more breathing room to start split pushing the map. Because they weren't able to take down that middle tower yet, that was an anchor for Execration, but now that anchor's gone, you're going to be seeing more of what Hajizi did earlier, split pushing the map, middle, bottom lane. Since the Lord is there up top, Execration at one point might have to sacrifice Lord positioning just to defend, and then that'll open up for Omega. Good thing about Execration, again, they have the Kufra and then the Glue who can hold. The Kelra, Esmeralda as well can just keep doing this around the Lord, but they're not going to reset this. This could be bad.
Let's see. There's a fight on two different fronts. From the back line, Curtizi drops the meteor shower, popping Chaku's immortality. Down goes the Mamba. Down goes the Mamba. But they do have a revenge kill. 2 for 1. Curtizi and Toshi falls. And now Kelra chasing off Kenji. Run, Villa, run. Flicker right into his base. And KelVJ gonna secure his purple right here. Reptar in the long run, that's still a win for Execration.
Massive win, and that will be a Lord secured by Execration. Omega will not be able to contest it. Hajizi though making a beeline for the Lord. Execration taking their time. Heath showing up to delay it as an option to potentially steal. Here comes Kenji. Hajizi nearby. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Kelra just dropping bombs, dancing all along. Electro final blow.
Secured!
But Max gets it in with the Order of Brilliance, and now Kelra chasing folks back. Was it worth it? Hajizi asks Execration. Was it worth it? And Kenji, he's trapped between a rock and a hard place. He gets caught out by Etomax, Renzio, and Kelra. Reptar, can you smell it? The end is nigh.
And Heath will feel the heat coming in from Execration as well as Toshi. They're going to do everything they can to defend. Genius 1 picked up here by Curtizi could be big for the defense.
And here we go. The defense of a lifetime. Heat kicks off Etomax, but the Luminous Lord is here. Order of Brilliance into the back lines. Etomax takes down Toshi, despite just the trade they need. Ladies and gentlemen, Execration wins game number 3, putting them at match point. This winning moment is brought to you by Master.
E to the max coming